Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Take two on a Monday morning. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, but after yesterday, we're doing it all over again. Um, yeah, I disappeared. I don't know why. And then I tried again to do something at 5 o'clock, and I literally thought the laptop had died. It just wasn't working. And then I realized the power cable wasn't in. So throughout the whole, because we weren't here at the weekend, we were out and about, and the battery was slowly going. So power cable is in. It's been charging. Oh gosh. I think Mercury has gone direct now. Thank the Lord. So no more hiccups. No more things to test my patience on a Monday morning. But did we all have a good weekend? Hope we all did. And I hope we're all having a good start to this week. As I said, we had an amazing weekend. Hubby and two of our close friends, they did their second part of their basic certificate for crystal healing. And I went with them on the Sunday just to see Sue and just to be in that beautiful energy that she's created around the lovely land. And yeah, just to sit and be with nature, it was gorgeous. It was just what I needed. As I saw the leaves falling off the trees, I just felt bits of me just falling to the ground. And just, yeah, that's done. Thank you. So yeah, lovely. Good morning, Janet. Lovely to see you here. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Sunita. Morning, Caroline. Watched the replay yesterday. Hope today goes smoothly for you. Oh, it should do. It should do. Good morning, Anne-Marie. Good morning, Anna. So this morning we are looking at Insight. Insight was the card I picked last week for today. So this is what we're going to grid with for this week. And again, with these grids, do how you feel drawn to them. I'm going to be using numerous of crystals. I perhaps wouldn't use this many crystals in a grid, but I'm just bringing the numerous of crystals to let you guys know what things you can use for insight and also what you feel you can use for insight. I do use bigger pieces just so it looks better on screen. Tumbles are all you need for grids, unless you're doing something big, unless you're doing something on the dining room table, or you're going out in nature and you're doing a big grid on the garden in the woods. Then you'll take the bigger crystals because you don't want to lose the crystals in the undergrowth of nature. So yeah, so I only use big crystals really for you guys to be able to see at home. So let's get rid of the banner. So think to yourself, insight. What crystal would you use for insight? And over the weekend, because Saturday I was at home, my hubby was off and playing with crystals. So when I was at home, I was looking at the crystals, opening the drawers. Insight. What do I need for insight? And just picking those that were drawing to me. And you can do exactly the same at home. Look at your crystals. Say, right, I need some insight. What crystal is going to help me out there? And see what comes about. I don't use singular crystals on a grid. So if you've only got one of that crystal, carry it around with you. Pop it under your pillow. Connect with it. See how the insight can work with you that way. If you've got multiples, if you've got, I can grid with a pair of crystals. With just two crystals, you can put that into a grid with them. And Follow whatever design you want. Intent is key. And that is the key to a good grid, is your intention. As long as your intention is clear, pure, then that's a good start. If there's no intention, you've just made a pretty pattern with crystals. So always have that intention strong and keep it simple. Okay. You'll notice that on this grid, there's already crystals on here. Last week we did Light Bringer, and I had those little apophyllite crystals. They still wanted to be on there. They're like little minions. They're like, new, I want to stay. So they're already on there. And that's fine. I perhaps would take them off and re-put them into the grid, but for time's sake, I'm keeping them on there. And then always start in the middle with your grid and work out. So I'm gonna drop down so you can see a bigger version of the grid on the screen, and I'll go through the crystals for insight for myself and hopefully to inspire you guys at home. So you should be able to see these more clearly. The cheeky little apophylites. So in the center, I'll show you the card clearer. So there's insight with the word iolite, which just makes me go goose pimply because I love iolite. So that is the grid on that one. A lot of quartz being used there. I think it might be smoky in the middle. And then you've got those 4 iolites on the outer circle. So for my grid, I'm going to be using lapis for my center. On Saturday, when I was sitting with insight, I was very much drawn to my third eye. Very much drawn that's my insight. Open up your third eye. Use your third eye. So these crystals that I'm bringing are very third eye. But again, different crystals will come to you as they would for me. And lapis is going to be in the center there because it's the traveler of the crystals, the traveler of the third eye. So if I want to test how far in can I get insight, use lapis. Also, how far can I see, with this insight, with what it is that I am seeing, how helpful will that information be? How far can that message travel? So with lapis being that traveler's stone, good for astral traveling out of body, lapis is going in there for that, to really hone in and what messages I'm using. How, do I need to use that message now? Or do I just need to put it up my sleeve and wait until that situation arises and go, I knew this was coming along. I had it in a dream. I had it in a vision. Here we go. Archangel Michael is linked with lapis as the visionary, the vision. So if you need, if you're in a bit of a sticky situation at the moment, if you're in a bit of, God, I don't actually know what I'm doing at the moment. What was the purpose of me doing that course? What was the purpose of me doing that? Bring in lapis, allow it to bring clarification to that vision. Okay, that's what I need to remember. And then Labradorite. I will say it right one day. This will be coming because for the insight, we need trust. Trust in what it is we are seeing. And also a beautiful protection. Thank you, phone. I didn't think the phone was going to focus on that. I think it was too busy focusing on the Apotherite chips. They're stealing the limelight once again. So the spiritual protection, but the trust. I mean, for visions, for insights, there is no better stone for me than Labradorite. Labradorite will give it to you black and white. Right, this is what you need to do. This is what you've done. It really peels back the layers, really, just like the layers of colours Labradorite holds. It's almost like a storybook, turning the pages of this is what you've done. This is now what you've got to do. And trust in what Labradorite shows you. Good morning, Leslie. Hope you're well, sweetheart. So Labradorite is there. And then I'm bringing in the iolites. The iolites are coming out to play. Absolute beauties. So I am using more iolite than the others. That's just because I like highlights. But it's also that calming, making sure if we're going through a situation, the situation is a bit difficult, a bit challenging. You know, if Lapis has shown you that vision and the Labradorite has shown you what it is you need to do, then you need that little bit of, a little calming. So the iolight is coming in there to offer the calmness, expanding your mind. There might be something that you just can't take in all at once. It's like, no, my mind, I've got so much stuff going on. I can't take that on. I can't. So iolight will come in and give you expansion. Expand your mind, making sure that you are seeing the full picture. Whatever it is Labradorite is showing you, iolight will be next to it going, this is it all. You know, you can't cut corners. You can't, there's no shortcuts. We don't want to hide anything from you. We don't want to keep anything hidden or give you any unexpected visions. This is the big picture. This is it whole, complete, start to finish, and everything in between. The Mystic Merlinite, which is its trade name. I prefer Indigo Gabbro because it has no chemical composition to Merlinite. They just called it Mystic Merlinite, thinking, oh, it will sell. It will sell better than it would do being called Indigo Gabbro. So that's coming to the grid just to keep that magic, just to keep that imagination. Some of us may struggle to visualize what we're going to be doing this time next year. Some of us might struggle visualizing what we can do this time next week. Indigo Gabbro will bring in that imagination, you know, bring down those barriers of, well, what would you like? What would you like to see happen next week? What would you like to bring in to go forward? You know, break down those boundaries of, no, I can only do one day at a time. Start to melt that boundary and start to think, well, actually, next year, I would like this to kind of happen. Maybe that. Visualize yourself in a different place. Visualize yourself in a different job. I mean, we are on the edge of a new year. You know, we're in October. We're very close to Samhain, which is the witch's new year. So at this moment in time, it is all of that. You know, the new year is nearly upon us. What would you like to bring in? And this is the time now to sit there and just go, well, this is what I would like. This is what I feel should happen. This time of year is always kind of like forgotten, not really mentioned. You know, the darkening of the days, it's always just meh, negative. And between autumn equinox and Yule, it's kind of like meh. We all get excited for Samhain and we get excited for the new year, but we don't really think that actually this is the time to start putting those visions out there, to start getting that little bit of insight of what could next year have for you. If you do cards, throw some cards, get some insight with that, link it in with the crystals, link it in with your third eye, start opening that up, start exploring those visions. It's very similar to the moon cycles. We all love the new moon. We perhaps all look at the first quarter and we have the full moon. Some of us think that the cycle ends there. It's like, yeah, it's the full moon, and we don't give it any more interest. Some of us look to the last quarter, but very rare do we hold any awareness of the energy from the last quarter to the new moon. And that's where we're kind of like at in this year. You know, if we look at that last quarter to the new moon, we're kind of like near there with Samhain and Yule, that quarter. And we don't really seem to do much, but there is so much we can do. Visually, start visualizing, start putting it out there. It just seems to be forgotten, but there is so much energy there. It is the witch's new moon. It is the witch's new year, Samhain. So the 1st of November is like the 1st of January. You know, think of the 1st of January. Think of that new year where you're like, oh, upbeat. Yay, it's 2022. Woo, woo. We need to feel that enthusiasm and that spring in our step on the 1st of November. Yes, this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be bringing in the Labradorite as well. I'm going to put the Labradorite around the same place as the iolites, because again, very sedative, the Labradorite, beautiful for sleeping. So if you're somebody who creates in their dreams, if you wake up and you go, right, I've had that dream, I've had that vision, brilliant, I need to act on that, I need to sit on that, then the Labradorite is a brilliant crystal to have to keep that going. Crystal of the week, sodalite, stone of awakening. Awaken that third eye. Wake it up there. And then we're going to go into fluorite. Another beautiful one for protection as well. So if you haven't got Labradorite, you can use fluorite. If you haven't got fluorite, you can use Labradorite. If you haven't got demorturite, you can use iolite. And if you haven't got iolite, you can use demorturite. So that was the grid on the card. And that is my grid for insight. Beautiful. So I have used third eye crystals just to kickstart that insight. But don't be worried if you are shown your sacral chakra, for instance. That's where your self-confidence is. That's where your self-courage, your creativity. So if you're getting an insight and it's taking you to your creative zone, then you might feel like you want to put orange on the board. Absolutely. Might be shown your power. You might be shown the solar plexus, your personal power. Therefore, you might put yellow on there. Self-love, self-acceptance, the green energy. Stability, security, foundations, the root chakra. So, but for me to open up those other chakras for insight, we need to go through via the third eye. To go through the third eye, we will then be shown what we need to then do to enhance. So work with some third eye crystals, but then see, where does those crystals take you? Why am I not up? Let's show myself. Hi, I'm here. See where it leads to after that. So if you've got a couple of third eye crystals that are calling to you, work on those. Put them in a grid. Whilst they're in that grid, you might feel, right, okay, I've got space. I'm going to put orange in there. I feel like I need the insight showing me that I need to be a bit more creative. That will help me achieve that goal. Or, yeah, at the moment, I'm not feeling stable. I'm not feeling balanced. Little bit insecure. Bring in the root chakra. Bring in some red jaspers. Whatever you've got to hand for the root chakra that feels right to add to the grid. Always add to it. So you could, as always, build a grid, then destroy the grid. So you might not want to go full third eye. In fact, I perhaps suggest not to go full third eye. Let's just have the iolites and lapis. So you might just be sitting there. You've got your crystal in the middle. And then you've placed some crystals on there for the third eye. And you just sit with that. Okay. And then you'll be shown. Okay. And you've got room then to add more. So you might think, yeah, self-love, self-acceptance. Let's go for some greens. Yeah, who am I resonating with? There might be an insight there that we're connecting to the wrong energies. We need to connect to other energies. So might put some pinks on there. Relate the thymus, the higher chakra. With this, you might feel that actually you want to go up a notch. You want to go up to the crown. You want to start bringing in the messages from spirit, especially if you're doing cards, especially if you're on your spiritual path. You might be shown, oh, okay, now this is opening and I'm getting some insights. I'm now getting a strong connection. So put some crown chakra crystals on there. Build on it. Start simple and add. And maybe throughout the week, look at the grid. You might start off with oranges. Then you might think, actually, that's done. I've got that confidence. I've got that courage. I've done that. That no longer needs to be on the grid. I now need to go on to a next phase. Swap them out. There is no right or wrong. If you feel like something has come to full terms, there's no point gridding. You know, I'm not going to set up a grid to win the lottery, and I'll win the lottery, and I've still got the grid set up for winning the lottery. I've done that. I've accomplished that. I mean, there is no grid to win the lottery, as I would do that. But yeah, so once you've felt that that's been accomplished, change it out, switch it out. But for me today, for the starting block, third eye, go with the third eye, see where that takes you, and do share your grids. Do let me know what they look like, and if you're going to progress. I mean, I think this might be the only one that we've progressed on so far, and swapping out, changing. Keep me updated. Let me know how your grids are formulating, you know, and keep it simple. I haven't got any crystals around me that I can swap about, but yeah, go follow your gut, follow your insight. Yeah, we're all going to be on different insights. Melt that boundary. Yeah, you know, just bring in that bit of, actually, there's nothing wrong with a bit of forward planning. There's nothing wrong with wishful thinking. This time next week, I would love. This time next year, I would love, you know, the new year, 1st of November. Let's put that into perspective. Few more weeks left, and we're going to be in the new year. Samhain is going to be here. We're going to be we're going to be on a different level. So whether you do 1st of Jan, whether you do 1st of November. Thank you, Leslie. Bless you. Hey, Danielle. I love working with the third eye. I wear tanzanite every day. I'm inquisitive about pretty much everything, but sometimes I forget to switch off and push too far overthinking. Yes, I love the apotholite, keeping it light. Don't go too deep, forcing answers. Look, ask, and allow things to come to you. Yes. Same with sodalite. I think I might do Crystal of the Week tonight rather than a live at 5. I'll do sodalite tonight because that's what I'm meant to be doing this morning. If my laptop was charged yesterday. And that's what you get with sodalite. Sodalite has got such a depth to it. Yeah, it takes you where you need to go, and it's like, yeah, let's go. Good morning, Shadi. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Beautiful grid. Feeling carnelian needs to be on mine today, and bumblebee jasper. Brilliant. Yeah, do that. What do we do with last week's grid? Do you have to take it down in a certain way? Have a look. Have a look. Like with me, I've kept the apotholites. The apotholites wanted to stay. So have a look at your grid. Is there anything that needs to stay? Keep what needs to stay and then work. I mean, I would break it down. So I'd go, we build from the middle out. Then I always break away from the out back to the middle and then bring those crystals that wanted to stay, bring them back into it when you're building it up. I just kept the apotholites on because it was just a time saver. But yeah, have a look. See, is the light still needed? You know, we still need light for the insight. So, yes. Glad you said that about swapping them out. Yeah, that's, you know, if you wanted carnelian for self-confidence, if you're feeling confident, then that job's done. It can't give you any more. It can't, it's like, hello, I'm giving it you. Well, thank you. Swap it out. What has that confidence given you? What's the next layer on top of that confidence? Brilliant. Put some crystals on to enhance that, to help bring that through. So it's just about building these layers. Once one crystal is done, swap it out, and if I felt like the highlight was done, I'll then bring in the next crystal. Okay. Don't break it down. Just swap out those crystals. Maybe smudge. So if you've got any incense, any California white sage, or any tincture bells, just give it a cleanse, just to let them know that, oh, okay, there's been a change here. There's a different frequency going on here now. So you can do that. Yeah, God, we're going quite deep with these griddings now. I'm loving the questions, but yeah, there is so much that you can do. You can almost, for me, it's like a calendar. For me, it's like a personal journey of having a grid, and you can set up a grid. I think we will do on the 1st of November, because that will be a Monday. So the 1st of November, we will be setting up that grid, and then try and keep a crystal on there through all the changes. So you can see where you started from and how far you've gone through that moon cycle, through that month, through whatever, and then start again, and then bring it and try and keep a crystal there that is relevant. Only if it's relevant. If everything's been completed, if everything's been shifted, then there's no point having that crystal there. But sometimes it's nice to look back through that moon cycle, through those weekly grids, and gone, yeah, gosh, that first week when I needed all of that, and then the second week, and then the third, and the final week, and you see it growing, you see it, and you feel like it. It's whatever's on that grid is part of you. So yeah, it's really nice. I mean, we used to do big, massive grids, and we used to keep a crystal throughout the 12 months. So then at the end of the 12 months, we can see the line of progression. We can see where, wow, gosh, in January, we had carnelian for confidence. And then you've worked through all of that and brought it through, and carnelian might make another appearance because you needed it. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Hey, Jacqueline, hope you're well, gorgeous. No problem. We're all good. We are all good. I'm glad that's helpful, Danielle. So yeah, swap them round, break it down. I always break down from out to middle and build from the middle out. And changing, just go in there, get rid of the crystals, bring in the new ones, do a little bit of smudge. I've got the world's smallest smudge stick there. But, just give it a smudge to settle in those new energies and to allow the grid to then become a new grid. Even though you've changed 2 crystals, it's a new grid. There's a new energy there. So, yeah, we'll have fun. Mondays, we'll have fun with these grids, and we will improve and grow with them. Hopefully, by November, we will be in the shop. Hopefully. So tonight I will be coming on at 5 to do the crystal of the week, which is what we meant to have done this morning. And then this week, I'm really feeling that we could be getting close to getting the keys to the shop. So bear with me for some of the lives, because I might not be here in the mornings, because I might be traveling to let the builders in or to do things. And I might not be here in the evenings because we might still be working doing things there. But I'll keep you updated. I'll be doing lives from the shop. You know, I'll be introducing you to the builders and what we're doing and what the shop looks like to what the shop will look like when it opens. So I'll be doing lives showing you things there, but I'll try and do as much of these as I can. But hopefully that's helped you. And I would love to see your grids for insight, or the stones you're carrying around that will give you insight and will help you out with that. So thank you all so much for joining me. Sorry about yesterday, but hey, final day of retrograde gave me a kick up the arse, but hey, it's all good. Do join me tonight at 5 for Sodalite, the beautiful crystal we'll be doing at 5. But if not, join me tomorrow morning, fingers crossed. Join me tomorrow morning for the crystal cards. God, how have we got there? How is it Wednesday tomorrow already? Eesh, slow down week. Slow down. But hopefully I will be here tomorrow morning to do the cards. Thank you so much for supporting me. Any questions, anything at all, do just message me. I'll be here to answer any of yours. So what's the angry cat behind you? I know. So angry. So angry. It's one of hubby's ornaments he got from Glastonbury last weekend. He liked it, the sulky cat, and very much reminds us of our black cat. I don't know where she is at the moment. She was sulking somewhere, but literally it looks like her. It looks like our Zelina. She's just like, just a bag of hiss. But yeah, that's a sulky cat. Right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. See you whenever, either at 5 or at 9 tomorrow morning. Have a good one. And remember, insight. If you can't heal yourself, how the hell can you heal somebody else? Love you all lots. Oh, it's called Spite. And Zelina's up with you. Oh, that's bless. See you all soon. Bye.